When these guys wanted to win, there was nobody gonna stop them. There are a handful of NBA players throughout the league's history who've displayed an insane ability to win at all costs. These players are often considered some of the most intense to ever play the sport. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 10 most intense players in NBA history. Number 10, Wilt Chamberlain. It's not surprising that Wilt's on this list. I mean, his stats definitely prove that he was one of the best to ever play the game. He was in the league during a weird era of basketball, but that doesn't take away from the fact he did everything in order to win. And I think he proved that with that whole 100-point game. Number 9 is Larry Bird. Bird wasn't ever afraid of getting into it with another player. Despite not looking the type to get into fights, he was always chirping at his opponents to try to get inside their heads. Everybody knows Larry as one of the greatest overall basketball players of all time, and the Boston Celtics' success when he was on the roster proves just that. Number 8, Charles Oakley. There are few players left in the league who carry themselves like Oakley used to when he was playing. Charles had this type of swagger that teams dream of. He never backed out of the paint and always used his leadership to push other guys forward. If you wanted to win a basketball game with physicality and enforce your presence on the floor, Oakley was without a doubt the guy to talk to in order to make it happen. At number 7, we've got Kevin Garnett. Garnett used trash talking as a way to get an edge over his competition. And this isn't your usual trash talking either. He didn't hold anything back. He didn't care if he was insulting your family, your girlfriend, your wife, your pets, your cars. He said everything that came to mind that he could think of to throw you off your game and get you into trouble. Plus, Garnett gave 100% effort on every single play that happened out there. There are few players who wanted to win more than he did when he was playing. Number 6, Bill Laimbeer. As ruthless and dirty of a player as Laimbeer was, he deserves to be on this list. He was an intense player who did everything asked of him in order to win games. If the coach told him to purposefully try and injure a team star player, then he'd go ahead and rough him up as much as possible. If he needed to man the paint and rebound, no problem with that either. The Bad Boy Pistons considered Laimbeer a leader, and that's enough for me to put him up on this list. Number 5, Dennis Rodman. Rodman did all the dirty work that players don't seem to want to do nowadays. When he had his head on straight and was playing games, Rodman wanted to win really bad. He knew that he wasn't an excellent scorer, so he used his physicality and rebounding talent to contribute. He's now known as arguably the greatest rebounder to ever play in the NBA because he took countless hours just studying how the ball bounces around the rim. I mean, seriously, nobody does that anymore, right? But probably because they're not subscribed to our YouTube channel. Hey, I think if you want to rebound the basketball like Dennis Rodman, then go ahead and subscribe right now. Anyways, back to the video. It's number 4, Rasheed Wallace. While he never really had that killer mentality like some of the other players on our list, he constantly fought referees on foul calls because he wanted to win so badly. Referees have said that he is one of the most intense players of all time. He led the league in technical fouls multiple years and holds the record for most techs called against him in a season. He had no problem letting other people around him know how he felt, and having a strong vocalist like that helped his team out on numerous occasions. Number 3, Bill Russell. Russell gets placed on our list so highly because he was one of the most successful players of all time. In the era that Russell played in, he won 11 championships in 13 seasons. Nobody around him even had a chance at stopping him when he and his team got on a roll. Throughout his entire career, he literally had a greater chance at winning the NBA championship than he did missing the playoffs. That's just an insane stat to think about. Moving on to number 2, it's Kobe Bryant. Everybody knows how much Kobe wanted to win and how he would do whatever it takes to get better. There was a reason that he got that Mamba mentality nickname because his work ethic and attitude never ceased to amaze anyone. He was unafraid to push his teammates to the brink so that they could keep getting better too. And he didn't care what injuries he might suffer while in the gym, he just wanted to keep on improving even if some considered him the best player of all time already. That was just the type of person Bryant was, and his multiple championships and incredible legacy are proof of that. Finally, at number 1, who else but Michael Jordan? If you've gotten a chance to watch that documentary on the Chicago Bulls with Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman, then you'd understand why he's undoubtedly the top player on our list. Jordan practiced like there was no tomorrow and would take everything competitively. He hated when he lost in anything, and even the smallest bit of trash talk would send him into a fury that usually ended with his team winning. Not to mention that he had a clause in his contract that literally allowed him to play basketball in his spare time at pickup games. There is not anyone like him anymore, and probably never will be, and that's the reason he gets our number 1 spot. That does it on this video regarding the top 10 most intense basketball players of all time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the top 10 times players messed with the wrong opponent next.